Welcome in, builders. We're going to be checking out a preview of the early access for Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era. I believe the planned release date for that early access is coming up really soon. It's April 30th, so you'll be able to get your hands on this relatively quickly. Let's check this out and just see how we're doing. I believe that we're going to find that this is a bit of a return to form of the classic Heroes of Might and Magic. I don't know about you guys, but one of my favorite series when I was a kid, I had a friend, we would play the Hot Seat, which has returned apparently all the time, and just good memories there. I think for this, what we're going to do is we're going to check out the campaign. The campaign right now for early access release is going to be the first act. So my plan is we'll go through that and we'll see if we have any thoughts, and then maybe once we're done with that, if people want to see some of the other factions, then we'll go ahead and we will play them. Let's go ahead and hop into the campaign and see how it's coming along. Start a new campaign. Profile name, this is a Babel Builder.
Well, should go back before an elf puts an arrow through my neck. Wish I could just have some rest and enjoy the view. Hey, Shiny. Wouldn't mind joining you up there. What is this? What is this voice? Someone's here.
Show yourself! Medusi, douse the flames!
What? How?
Watch out! We can't win if we look at them! Kill the lights!
I can't. Fires refuse to go out. Something's wrong with our torches.
No, it's not just our torches. Something's very wrong with Garner Hills.
Nice little cinematic.
Something's terribly wrong in the village of Garner Hills.
And great to see some voice acting. This isn't going to be for everything in game, but I really appreciate what we get here.
Indeed. That's what my spies have indicated. Or rather, what their silence has. I've lost contact with all of them in that region. But one informant made it out. Reports strangeness. Says the fires there, they don't burn out. Not even with water. They just keep burning. Endlessly. This demands investigation.
Garner Hills lies beyond our jurisdiction. It falls under the Temple of the Sun's protectorate.
All the more reason to investigate, and perhaps extend our influence.
I'll send a scout. I have just the man. Gunner. Good rider, long distances, no complaints, and young enough not to be spooked by a few cursed flames.
All right. Main mission, trouble stirs in the village of Garner Hills. The triumvirate spies stationed there have gone long silent, and rumors speak of unending fire that burns without pause. Now, one of their young but promising agents, Gunnar, has been sent to uncover the truth. We're going to go ahead and just play on normal. We don't get to select anything here, so we just play as Gunnar as mentioned. Let's hop on in. Love these art splash screens. We stand at the edge of it, my lord. This be the place. I'm no lord, just a mere scout. Been commanded to confirm whether the rumors of unstoppable fire in your village are true. To us simple folk, all of your lords and ladies makes things easier, don't it? But the rumors is true. The fire's been burning for days, laying waste to our homes. We tried both water and magic, and nothing seems to work. Not even magic, you say? That's unusual. Have you had disasters like this before? We've had fires, but nothing like this. This ain't no common fire. It's cursed. And truth be told, my lord, We are not too concerned about how it began or who's to blame. We just want our homes and lives back the way they were. I'm afraid it's going to be on already for a while. As you say, there's not much of an actual village to get back, but let's have a look around and see what we can find. All right, we can, of course, zoom in and zoom out, move our keyboard around. I do want to mention, I like this UI quite a bit. It's nice and responsive. I don't know, it just has a good aesthetic to it. It's very readable to me. Speaking of readable, I really like that they've got this readability screen here. As somebody who's getting on in the years and the old eyes don't work as well as they used to, I appreciate that you can kind of come in here and modify things, make things easier to see and whatnot. We have, of course, the hotkeys, audio, of course, video options, basically what you would expect here. I don't think this is particularly demanding, but you can always adjust to get the performance that you would like to see there. Yeah, quite nice going into early access to see all that. Okay, so for anyone who hasn't played Might and Magic, the general play is you're going to have heroes that lead armies around. Generally speaking, you'll own a city that you're going to be upgrading, and from that city you can recruit new units. On the world map, there's going to be various collectibles, upgrades, battles, etc., etc. So right now we have Gunnar. Gunnar here is an overlord. Basic triumphant strength. Once per round, the hero can activate one of the 3 stances in battle. The active stance grants the hero +2 to the stance's corresponding attribute. Okay. Basic leadership. The hero gains 1 morale. All right, so we have extra attack. We have defense, spell power, knowledge, which is going to be mana, luck, morale, and movement points. Mighty Axe. He can use the heroic strike unlimited times per round. It deals 10 damage plus 5 more for every 6 hero levels. We'll see what that is here in just a second. Okay. There is also a tutorial, has a couple maps that kind of show you the basics if you're new. I went ahead and completed that beforehand, so I should be relatively warmed up. Over here we have a Summit Automaton. Increases each visiting hero's defense by 1 until the end of the mission. So we'll go ahead and move over there. Now if we look at him, we have 2 defense, and that's apparently until the end of our mission, so quite nice. I will also call it the hotkey for alt. It'll show you your income values rather than your currents, but it also highlights pickups and interactables on the map. Quite useful. Okay, let's head on down. When you're out of movement, you just end your turn. And of course, you're going to have various things that you get. Most buildings that produce resources are either daily if they're in your town or weekly if they're on the map. So we have day counters here, and then weeks and months for various effects to go on. Halt! This territory is under lockdown by order of the governor of Sunspire. No one enters or leaves. Charming greeting. I've got my orders too, straight from the triumvirate. I'm here to scout and report on the delightful disaster you've got brewing, not fight. Orders are orders. The governor's decree stands. This area is closed to all outsiders. Report back to your triumvirate. Templar, let's not waste time. You move your squad out of the way. We move on. We both forget this little chat ever happened. What do you say? I say the area is closed. Enough! If you insist on wasting my time, I'll clear the path myself. Okay, so before battle starts, we can set our units where we would like. I'm just going to go ahead and set up kind of towards the middle. We have Minotaurs, 40 HP, a lot of attack and defense. Not a wide damage spread, that's fine by me. No luck, unfortunately. It's a magic creature, beast or beast-like creature. Jadam's beasts often have fantastical powers, denizens of other planes even more so. So we have a morale range, a luck range. Fallen magic creatures count towards the power of necromancy, reanimation after battle. We have a melee attack. We're eager for battle. This creature always has positive morale, and its maximum increases to 5. Chance of morale triggering increases 5% for each total point. If you get a morale proc, you get a second turn. Blood for blood. Whenever this creature takes damage, its morale increases by 1. Fighting style, Grand Slam. Alternative attack. Hits the target and all creatures within 2 hexes behind it, dealing minus 50% damage to each. Does not spend focus charges. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so pretty standard UI here. We have a timeline of who's going to have turns. This is based on initiative, so it looks like we're going to go first here, but then he's going to get to go first in the rounds to follow. We can skip our turn. We can wait once per round. Here's our alternative fighting style if we would like to use. This one doesn't use focus. Focus has a meter down here. By attacking and taking damage, we build up focus points, and then we can spin those on various things. So here's our stances they talked about. Minotaur stance increases the hero's attack by 2. Your stats of your hero are going to be inherited down into units, basically. Only one stance can be active. Dark Elf stance increases defense by 2, only one stance. Dragon stance increases spell power. Then we also have Heroic Strike. That is our hero's ability. So once we have a focus point, we could choose to spend it to just do 40 damage to any enemy we would like. We have a spell book. Does not look like we currently have any spells. We could surrender or flee. You also can, I don't remember where the button is, but you can auto fight if you don't need to do it. No, we will not be auto battling. Okay, we are just going to wait, I think, on both of our dudes, and I'm going to make them come to me, ideally. Okay, yeah, we'll skip turn. Because they get to go first, I don't want to run over there and just get smacked for free. He says as he gets smacked for free. Generally speaking, most units have one counterattack, so it does kind of make sense to try to focus fire some. Also, another thing, you can't move and then tell your unit to attack. You need to make sure you're mousing over so it turns into a sword if you want to attack. There doesn't seem to be any flanking or anything, at least not as a standard thing. Maybe that's going to be a unit trait, so no real reason to move around. Doesn't seem to also be any attacks of opportunity or anything like that. Oh, well, speaking of those morale procs, we just had one. Very handy. All right, we did lose a Minotaur there and a second one. What a jerk. And dies to my retaliation. I will accept the results. It's not like I can click a replay button, so I'm not entirely sure why I have to accept them, but there you go. Just our victory screen, essentially. All right, move on up. Got some money. And then we have a learning stone. Gives 1,000 XP to each visiting hero. A timeless artifact, its knowledge passed down through the generations, offering wisdom to those who seek it. Okay, and we can see here that's filling up our level bar. Over here. You're one of Silvertongue's spies, aren't you? What are you doing here? He was complaining that he hadn't heard from you in a while. Typical Casper, always impatient. That Templar down there made sure I couldn't send word. When the fire trouble began, the humans sealed off the village from the north, and that's where the fire came from. But before I could slip away, they posted another patrol here on the south side. Thanks for dealing with it. Speaking of trouble, what exactly happened here? It's strange. All fires, torches, ovens, even candles became eternal. Neither water nor spells worked. Chaos erupted. The peasants panicked, which drew the knights, and here we are. So the blaze just spreads on its own because it can't be extinguished? I can't be certain. It all started so fast, I've had no time to gather proper intelligence. But listen, there are other Alvar agents in the village. Keep your eyes open. They might have found something I haven't. Now, I got to make it back to Alvar before Silvertongue sends a search party or decides I'm expendable. See you in the shadows, Minotaur. So windmill, already visited once per week, gives the visiting hero a small amount of a random resource. Pauper Knight Order. Increases each visiting hero's attack or defense by 2 until the end of the mission for 1,000 gold. All right, I think I'm gonna take defense since we're running kind of like berserker units. That way we can take the hit and get the free damage increase. There was a bridge here, wasn't there? How long has it been gone? When I set out to fetch it, it was still standing, so it's fresh, I'd wager. Doesn't smell burnt, just broken. Right enough, sir. Looks snapped clean, and it's been done deliberate-like. Huh, The spy wasn't wrong about the Templar activity here. We need some wood to patch this up. I've got to see what's going on the other side. All right, so we're looking for some wood. We have a fight over there. Let's peek on this direction. Well, what do you know? Brass Knuckles, legendary ring. Friendly creatures take minus 50% counterattack damage. Why, that is going to be absolutely amazing for us. Okay, we have to get that from the other side. So there's a cliff face here. Okay, we have more wood behind what looks to be a fight. A difficult battle. Okay, I guess it's the same either direction. Okay, so we're gonna want to get across this field as quick as possible because he has an archer. I'm just gonna get pummeled while I'm walking. This is gonna be a difficult battle. Okay, I think... Okay, they get to go first, so I'm just gonna set myself up down here. Unfortunate. Oh, and double unfortunate that we proc that there. All right, we'll just have to skip turn. Hopefully I can set them up so we can use our... Oh my goodness. So we can use our secondary fighting style. Okay, let's go into elf stance here. All right, get him. Swordsman, 12 HP, 4 attack, 4 defense, living melee attack, and they have some range defense. Now, luckily with... Well, no, we don't have the legendary. When we have the legendary ring, we'll be able to attack them, take the counter attack, which will then proc our... Oh, very nice. I'm going to go for a little bit greed here because he's not going to be able to reach anybody. I'm going to attack that one instead. That way we can hopefully finish off this guy. Oop. I think I just skipped his turn there because I hit D to move my map, which I don't need to be doing in battle. Okay, we win via the retaliation. Okay, now you... I think we're going to send one guy over to deal with that, and we'll just draw him back over. Also, I do have some heroic strikes. There's no reason not to, right? So, when bang you, he can do it twice, we may as well. I also need to remember to go into this each round. Okay, so if we go here, we shouldn't be able to be reached. Okay, and we proc that high morale. I need to remember that the Minotaurs just have ridiculously good morale. Boo. Okay, at least we didn't lose another guy. That was a difficult battle. All right, down. We'll take that wood. Thank you very much. Knowledge Garden increases each visiting hero's knowledge by 1 until end of the mission. Abandoned Mansion grants gold and possibly also valuable artifacts after defeating its guards. Are we gonna have enough oomph to do that? Says easy battle. I'll believe you. Okay, so we're gonna start surrounded is what's gonna happen here. All right, no more skeletons. Easy life. And no more, what are you technically? Don't know. Banshees, whatever those are. They definitely move with purpose. All right. Like I mentioned, I do find it a little weird there's no like flanking bonus. And I don't know, maybe I'm not used to the system, but I do kind of miss having a zone of control. I really enjoy games that have that because I feel like you have better strategic options to protect like squishy units. We'll see, maybe I'll just get used to it. All right, 1,500 gold, that's not the worst. We didn't lose anything for it. Some money, okay, here we go. A battle though, really. Okay. We've been told to expect you. We are ready to assist. Templars patrols lurk everywhere, vigilant and unyielding. Yet behind one of the villages, we discovered a concealed pathway, a secret passage to slip past the main force unnoticed. The infiltrators joined your army. Okay, good. I was kind of concerned. Put the size of our army. You may choose one reward. We can learn Lightning Bolt. Deals 25 plus 10 times the hero's spell power, magic damage to a target enemy creature. Thick Hide. Target friendly creatures take minus 15% damage from melee attacks. 1 duration plus 1 for every 4 spell power. Reduce the duration of all positive effects applied to the target by 1. Okay, we will take the Thick Hide, I think. We get our... there's also that ring. Okay, it doesn't look like this is going to be a fight, hopefully. Dancer. Point us to some action, will you? We're getting bored. The Onyx Dancers joined your army. All right, let's take a peek at what we picked up here. Infiltrator. It's a tier 2 unit. Blink. Teleports directly to destination hex, ignoring obstacles and traps. Lucky Strikes, which are basically crits, deal 100% extra damage and have a maximum possible luck is increased to 5. Fighting Style, hit and run. This creature will return to its original position after attacking, but deal minus 50% damage. Okay, interesting. Onyx Dancer has a ranged attack. So you can attack at any range, and you do melee if you're in melee. If you're more than 3 hexes away, then they take less damage. Fighting Style, Bouncing Glaives. Choose 2 targets for the attack. Deal minus 50% damage to each. Okay, nice. Okay, that does look to be a fight. I want to go get that item. So I'm going to backtrack here a little. Yes, please. That is so good for my Minotaurs. Also, it is part of a set, Duelist Pride, so if I can get those other 2 items, then we will get whatever the set bonus is going to be. All right, zoom all the way down here. I noticed that they're not making us go through the normal turn order. Normally you'd have to end turn to get your movement back, but it seems like here we're not needing to. I got some undead guarding a straw hat. You don't need another hat. You already have a hat. Why another one? Need? No. But want? Yes. Look at those 2. Seems like some lich forgot their puppets here, and now the magic is fading. What's going on here? Tell him. Make him give me the hat. Give what? Give me the hat. He's got a hat already. Me need it. I look pretty in it. You're big. Tell him to give it. Wait, who are you? You already have a hat. Why do you need another one? Actually, it looks pretty on him. Leave it be. I think I know how to solve your dilemma. I'm taking the hat for myself. No! That's right. All your hats belong to us. All right, let's set ourselves up. We'll send 1 Minotaur down kind of each lane. We'll have the Dancers go down the middle, along with our active. Okay, so they've got 2 range units and a skeleton who's going to walk forward. We're going to get shot one way or the other, most likely. Nice. Now there's 98 skeletons there. Wow, and we procced. Wow, and I need to get my hand off the keyboard. I keep hitting D to move my map because I want to like zoom in and look at that. And I keep ending turn. No, not good. Also, we should be in a stance. Let's go into defense stance here. Okay, we are. I'm gonna actually do what I should have done last time. Maybe for the best. Running up here and getting just double teamed probably would be bad. Alright. You do not have a lot of movement. Oh my goodness. They're spaced out so that I cannot get extras. Let's go ahead and just take a couple of those down. if I move, I won't be able to attack with a ranged unit. Okay, for you. Okay, yeah, again, let's go defensive. Let's actually knock a couple of those off. And then let's use your hit and run. Do they get a retaliation attack? Yes, they do. Okay. I mean, I can see the use for that, but that's very disappointing that they get the retaliation attack. Okay, and you finish him off. Yeah, see, they're trying to actually finish off and kill units from me. Okay, now they're within 2. So can we do our... Okay, I mean, I don't know if that was necessarily worth it. Let's actually have this guy wait. I would rather have a Minotaur take the retaliation attack, especially this one that has a lot of life. Now we've used up his retaliation. Yeah, let's just finish this off if we can. We're down to just 2 guys here, unfortunately. We're down to just 1 guy here, unfortunately. Oh, how embarrassing. Okay, still 49 skeletons left. All right, he's already had a move, but he hasn't used his retaliation. Let's go ahead and... I actually have enough focus to do a couple of those. Okay, and I will go offensive for this hit. Okay, new round. Let's go defensive. I need to remember this because this was not the mechanic of the faction they had you do in the tutorial. Okay, that was pretty punishing. Minus 12 infiltrators and 5 minotaurs. Ouch. All right, let's hope that this hat was worth it. We have a portal here. Oh no, we don't. Yes, we do. Another battle. I gotta be a little careful because we're not playing where I can like recruit more troops or anything. Probably still worth it though. Okay, basically same plan. Run down middle the best we can. Four armed like giant apes. Interesting. Okay. Neither of them is going to be able to reach me this round, so we're just going to chill. I'm going to take the extra attack. Skip turn. Skip turn. I will have you hit somebody. Do that one. Oh my goodness. I didn't look at the following turn order. Oh no. Okay, shoot. Stabby stabby. Oh yeah, okay, so yeah, he moved up and then got a second turn. Okay, so I feel a little less bad about how that went down. Alright, we do have enough points to do a heroic strike. Okay, she could finish one off and she will be safe, so let's just finish off. Okay, I'm not catching when they're waiting, I guess. Not great. Okay, let's go offensive and take the extra damage. Okay, you're low. So we can do the most to you. And then 2 more. Okay, if I do that, I can at least move. But see, there's no zones of control or anything, so they're just gonna chase down. Oh, okay, they'll hit the infiltrators. That's good for me, I suppose. All right, and that is his retaliation. A little offensive this round. And actually, I have 2 uses of focus. I definitely need to make sure I'm using that. We don't have anything else to spend it on at the moment. All right, and there's the wood we need. Some extra gold. Okay, we could take experience or gold. I'm gonna take the experience. Okay, so when you're leveling up skills, we have 8 skill slots. When you pick a skill, you can also upgrade it. So we have basic triumphant strength. We could go up to advance. When you level one up like that, you're gonna get a sub skill that you can pick. So once per round, the hero can activate one of the 3 stances. The stances grant +4 to the attribute. Right now we're only doing 2. And then I'm gonna be able to pick one of these. Early dungeon creatures deal extra and take less. When selecting a stance, the corresponding attribute of heroes partially decreases while the stance is active. What's that? When selecting a stance, the corresponding attribute of enemy hero. Ah, okay. Interesting. 3 temp mana. We could go leadership for some extra morale. Don't hate that. Increased chance for an additional turn. Where the sun never sets. Attack, defense, spell power, and sight increased. When in an area we don't control. Daylight magic, we're probably not going to learn daylight magic. Enemy morale is reduced by 1. I like that. Or just some extra gold. Well, on this map, we're not doing like economic things, at least not yet. So I kind of think we're going to double down on this. And I think we're going to take this one. So if I raise my strength, I lower enemy strength. Okay, we do have a portal here. But we also have more things over here to check out. So I think we're going to go do that before we check out the portal. Since I do not know where that's going to lead us. This would be like 5 turns of movement if we were playing regularly. Okay, a difficult battle with 50 to 99 of those guys. Can I? Oh, I could just go around them. Yeah, let's go around them and get the extra units first. Let our graceful blades join your cause for Avar. The Onyx Dancers join. Very helpful, actually. Increases each hero's morale by 3 until the end of the week. Yoink. Oh, portal exit. Okay. Fair. Fair. Alright, normal battle. That's much better. Let's go in on this side. Yikes. Okay, let's be smarter about things. Done with your... I'm getting my hand off the keyboard. I really want to hit D to make the camera go this direction. Okay, so right now they're not going to be able to reach anything. I'm going to move forward 1. 3 to 4. If I don't do that, 6 to 9. I think we will spread our damage here a little bit. Okay, so we're going first in this round. I'm going to... Well, first I'm going to... We're going to take the strength before I forget, which I did last round. We're going to wait. Ah, they all did wait too. I see, I see. Well, I'm going to wait again. There's no reason for you to wait. Okay, I would not finish anything off, whereas I will if I do this. We'll take the finish off. Second round. Nope, not melee attack. Beautiful. Okay, well, hey, there you go. 2/5 of them are already dead. Now, I'm not allowed to wait twice. I don't think I want to charge into that, though. You can come to me. Okay, so end of the round. All right, we're gonna go down here to just get away from him. Unfortunately, we have to take a hit back. Okay, new round. I'm gonna take the defense. I'm also gonna go ahead and use. Okay, any chance? Not a chance. You guys have really good initiative compared to my troops. I would have thought that, like, Dark Elf type people would be really high initiative, but I guess not. Oh, that's not great. Kind of blocked me out. Okay, let's do a spell here. Let's use our thick hide. Okay, not bad. High morale, great. Okay, we could finish this guy off, but I think we're going to be able to do that with him. I think we're going to get started on that. Even better. Even better. He's going to be able to reach me either way. Oh, hold on. Or, with my focus ability, we'll finish him off. There we go. All right, we only lost 2. That wasn't too bad. That was not too bad. Are we going to have another green portal over here? Huh? What's this? The ground is burning like it's alive. Has it always been this way? Not that I recall, no. Fascinating, if not dreadful. Some more wood. Increase spell power. Yoink. More gold again. What's that sound? Apparently it's a difficult battle. Allows us to pick 1 out of 3 daylight spells. Target friendly creature restores HP. Cannot revive fallen units. Target friendly creature deals plus 20% damage with basic attacks. Okay, short and shallow. Enemy creatures loses attack and defense. Okay, I think we're gonna take blessing here. Oh my gosh, just one of those lava snails from Riftbreaker. Hopefully he has a lot of loot inside of him. Alright, so what are you guys? Locust. Okay, kind of creepy looking. Hive spawn. Part of the hive mind that serves a powerful lord from beyond. And he has harvest. Jumps on a chosen corpse within 3 hexes and devours it, gaining attack and defense. Okay, we don't want to have corpses on the field. I'm not going to be able to reach him. He's not going to be able to reach me. Although, no, he already went, so we'll be okay. All right, just chill. You could get 1 closer. Parasite. Oh, it's a grub on a dude's head. Ugh. Okay, so long reach means he can attack a little bit further away. The higher the target's tier, the more damage this creature deals. Alright. Okay, so we could mostly wipe these guys out. Okay, let's do our new spell. We'll do a blessing here. Since we're going to basic attack. Okay, there's a chance that we just finish this off. I did not get lucky, but that's okay. Did good there. Okay, that double move, though, really killing me. 1 to 2, sure. Yeah, we just don't have enough of these guys left. Okay, you gotta be kidding me. I will finish it off. Okay, I'm gonna actually... He's not gonna be able to kill a Minotaur, I don't think. I want to get started on that guy. Yeah, not a problem. And actually really good for me, because that'll give us that bonus. Man, I really wish our range unit had some higher initiative. Let's get the extra damage. Not bad at all. And a high morale. Beautiful. Okay. Mighty horns of my grandpa. What on Enroth was that? Are you alright? By Chalice's grace, we are now. We don't really know ourselves. That swarm just appeared from nowhere. It took nearly all of us. I was ready to feel the warm embrace of the sun, but you saved us. After my house was reduced to ash, I have little left. Here, take this coin. My grandmother swore she got it from Arena herself. Said it brings luck. You sure about that? You don't seem very lucky to me. Wow, dude. Wow. But I'm alive thanks to you. That's luck enough for me. Take it. It's all I have to give. It'd be rude not to accept an offered gift. You gained the last coin artifact. Well, thanks. I'll keep it safe. +1 luck. And hey, it's a pauper's item, which we also have the hat. Shift for more info. Set of 2 items. You get 1 attack, defense, spell power, knowledge, morale, and luck. Hey, that's actually pretty nice. That is pretty nice. Our stats are way higher than when we started. Okay, we got treasure. Okay, 500 XP. You know, we don't have anything to spend money on yet. So I feel like that would be pretty wasteful. You're not gonna let me do that a second time, right? Yeah. Okay, we've done all the things. Let's go repair the bridge. $30 wood removed. There, that should do it. Let's find out what's waiting for us across the way. Stinging sword. Increases each hero's attack by 1 until end of mission. What? Halt! Identify yourself. Gunnar, son of Gunnar. We're here on orders from the Triumvirate, scouting the region for answers. Answers? There's nothing here that concerns Alvarian spies. Garner Hills answers the Templars of the Sun. Stay out of it. And explain how you crossed the river. The bridge was destroyed. Ah, so you did break it. Convenient. We're no spies, Captain. Jadame is a land of free nations. Every power has the right to know about threats to the continent. There's no threat. At least we are still figuring that out. Until then, no one enters or leaves the village. That's final, unless you have special permission. I have some special permission in my purse. That's what? The Provost's lucky token? What have you done to him? Tell him what happened. He's fine. He was cornered by, well, I meant sound insane, but fiery cicadas and hoppers. Whatever they were, my axe sorted it out. Afterwards, your Provost gave me this trinket. Said his Nan got it from Arena himself. Drivel if you ask me, but that's his story. From Arena herself, you say, that does sound like our Provost. Fine, Gunnar, son of Gunnar. You and your people may pass, but don't make me regret this. Man, if he wanted my lucky coin, ooh, things would not have turned out well. It's my lucky coin now. Each visiting hero's luck is increased by 3 until the end of the week. Yeah, and because we're not actually progressing time, it seems like end of the week is equivalent to until the end. Increases each visiting hero's attack, defense, spell power, and knowledge for 5,000. Well, isn't that convenient? All my money, but money well spent. We're about 1,000 from leveling up again. We acknowledge your authority. Infiltrators, join your army. Good, because those guys were getting so small they weren't really able to do anything. Okay, we can learn an arcane spell. Target friendly creature gains 3 initiative. I would like my range people to go first. Immediately generate 1 focus charge. Target friendly creature takes minus 25 range damage. I can't really like block or anything, so I don't know how I'd force them to attack somebody. We'll take early start. Okay, I did not miss a path yet. I'm gonna take the XP. If we can get any more XP, we'll be able to level up. Another patch of scorched ground. I think we're almost there. To be back in Alvar. Let's get this mission over with. Onyx Dancers, join your army. Edge of the map, it looks like. He says there's no way to force the ranged people. Gets in a fight immediately with nothing but ranged people. Alright, I don't think this one's gonna change much. We'll take the defense for the first round. That is kind of nice. I just got to remember to do that. I kind of wish at the beginning of your turn it would kind of give me a little prompt. You guys are literally all going to shoot my range. Right. Okay, nice. Very nice. Doubly nice. Okay. Well, a little bit of pain from that first one. Ooh, lucky strike. But well, it's a little bit slow. I love that like our Minotaur doesn't feel the need to run. He just literally like slowly stomps towards his target. All right, we did level up. We could have basic primal magic, which lets us learn up to tier 5. We don't have a city or anything though. I doubt we're gonna get that. We could up our leadership, or we could have expert triumphant strength. Once per round, it's 6 stats, and our special upgrades could be hero's corresponding attribute increases by 5%. Okay, so every round I would get 5%. So if we did strength. So after 2 rounds, if I had 10 strength, that would be +1, basically. Combats in this game seem to go by really quick, so I don't know how many rounds we would really get. A focus charge means I could use my special attack every round, basically. Gain an initiative. I did complain about how slow our initiative is. Wait, 2 in areas we don't control. That would be really good for... Despite the fact that we're never probably going to learn daylight magic. Enemy morale is decreased. Morale is really good. No, let's double down on this. Let's do... I'm just going to go all in on the stats. I'm just going to go all in on that. Okay, so you are guarding the Omen Caller. -1 enemy luck. An imp on your shoulder spells bad luck for the enemy. Alright, let's do it. Okay, zoink, 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 go. Alright, double archers, double melee. Alright, so can I... What is your... Okay, so you've got 6 initiative. What is your initiative that you are so slow? 4. Oh my goodness. Could cast a spell. I'm gonna thick hide her, because it seems like the ranged people are gonna focus her. Alright, I also need to remember... Alright, I will get to go first on this guy, so I will move up to here. I gotta be more careful with these orders. Okay, he waited. I saw that. I did read that right. All right, if I move here, he can't just move up and hit me for free. All right, I could finish that stack for sure, or I could cripple this one. Let's take those out. Okay, so if I go here, they can all attack him. Let's give him a blessing for the extra damage, I guess. Actually, you know what? We could... Okay, that's a little bit of a waste because this isn't a basic attack, but I could do this. We can hit him. And then, yeah, we take the retaliation, but then we go back where we were. And we don't get attacked by both of the knights, only the one. Man, they just hate that guy, don't they? Okay, I can't reach the other one, so we'll go ahead and take this guy. All right, here, I will cripple them. Nice! I'm gonna do that for the more damage. Yeah, quite a trade-off on how you want to do that. Finishing off units is great, obviously, but because you're weaker the more damage you've taken, sometimes I feel like it's better just to do the more damage. Fine bolts. Okay, that was kind of whatever. I also forgot to do my stance again. Oh man, I'm gonna struggle with that, I have a feeling. Okay, finish him off because otherwise we'll be here all day. Not bad. Gotta remember that better though. I kind of wish there was a little prompt there at the beginning of a round. All right, give me my unlucky imp. Okay, not a set piece, I do note. Okay, extra money. Oh, or XP. I'm taking the XP. I mean, I'm sure there'll be something else that wants money, but... Okay, another spell. Target enemy deals minus 15% damage with basic attacks. Target friendly creature gains 2 attack and defense. Curses the enemy. Cursed creatures take pure damage at the start of their turn. I don't love any of these. I'll take the natural calm, I guess. Four Scholars Observatory. I do happen to have 1,000 gold. That is a fight. All right. Well, we got a few fights to get XP, so. Okay, they are probably gonna continue to do the thing where they shoot her. That seems to be their favorite target with the range. I'm gonna wait. All right, at least I have a read on that, I suppose. All right, now... I don't think I want to move up. I think we just stay here. Yeah, let's whittle those guys down. Again, I did not do my stance properly. I've got to be clicking that because we took that thing that gives us, oh, the double move. I'm not catching when they're waiting, I think, is partly what's happening there. Okay, give me extra damage. Okay, lucky strike was lucky. I'll definitely agree with that. I suppose it's a pretty good thing that I had the extra resistance on her when he got up there. Beautiful. Doubly beautiful. Okay, well, this one's in the bag. Okay, we will take the offense. Poke him. And finish him. I need bigger stacks of Minotaurs, that's for sure. Okay, that wasn't actually too bad. Alright, so spell power +2 or knowledge. I wish I could open that and look at it. Knowledge is mana. I think I'd rather have the spell power. Yeah, because our spells scale based on, it seems to be about groups of 4 for spell power. Wonder what happened here. Let's find out, yeah? Infiltrator joins your army. What's that sound? Sound, my lord? Can't you hear it? It's like a song, an odd song. I've never heard anything like it before. A little bit of disco playing in the background menacingly. A difficult battle, I agree. Alright, well, there's nothing for it. A wasp? The air is filled with an oddly uncomfortable but somehow hypnotizing mixture of buzzing and whispering. It's difficult to understand whether the creature is trying to communicate with you or the noise is simply produced by its wings cutting through the air. So that fiery insect is not the only one. I wonder if these creatures are the cause of the fire or they're simply attracted to it. Perhaps we should try to capture it and study it further in Alvar. Let me approach it. As soon as you try to approach the creature, it lets out an intimidating, ferocious screech, reminiscent of a tearing piece of fabric. I wish they had that sound effect, that'd be cool. A sound that seems to rip through the air as if reality itself is being shredded. Fine. If it wants to fight, it's a fight it'll get. Okay, this is gonna be a rough one, I have a feeling. Okay, we are not gonna forget. We are not gonna forget. We're gonna do Minotaur stance. Okay, so not range, not range. What do you do? Melee attack and you fly. Melee attack, flying. Nest Protector. The start of battle for each other unique hive creature in the army. This creature's defense increases by 1. Upon death, this creature generates 2 focus points. Attacks cause the target to deal minimal damage. Okay, so that is by far the nastiest thing they have. Okay, we're gonna wait here. Holy crap. Okay, I did not properly check that range. Well then, alright, let's go ahead and we'll do Blessing to the Minotaurs. Extra damage. Lucky Strike! I don't want to melee attack this thing. We're never going to get away though, right? Is that going to actually let me do that? Let me see. No. If I move, I'm almost certain it's just going to follow me. I don't want the retaliation, though. I'm just going to move. Yeah, zone of control, man. Such a good mechanic. Okay, again, I'm gonna go for the damage. Get him, buddy. Beautiful. Okay, the lucky strikes are real, though. Okay, none of you have ranged attacks now, so we can kind of chill. I don't have any healing. I have a thick hide. Early start. The order doesn't really matter to me. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, wait. Okay, again, I think I'm gonna go for the more damage. Yeah, come on up. The double move, though. The double move, though. They're pretty clever about that. I'll give them that. Oh, okay. Yeah, we can just kill him. All right, the lucky strikes. Yeah, the luck on this army seems to be pretty good. Of course, I mean, that's good for anyone, right? That was not something I expected to find here. Anyways, I have to report these insects to the Triumvirate immediately. Okay, that was blaring. Wow. Victory. Main menu.
Let me summarize then. Eternal flames, aggressive Templars, and...
Sentient insects. Or at least highly unusual ones. I couldn't capture any. But they're no ordinary bugs. They're burning too.
Noted. Thank you for your report. You are dismissed.
Now then, what do we make of all this?
Let's talk about the strange fire.
Troubling. Magical flames. Are one thing, but fully inextinguishable? In a backwater village where maybe a fifth of the population can even read? This warrants concern.
We need input from the druids of Murmur Woods. Either their elementalists are responsible, or they may know who is.
We had an outpost in that region once. The elf agents stationed there were obsessed with reporting unusual magical activity every time a fae sneezed. It became insufferable, so I temporarily shut it down. Now, it may be prudent to reopen those inquiries.
Now then, what do we make of all this?
Discuss the situation in the village.
The most straightforward path is to address the Temple of the Sun first. They've already stationed knights there. Surely they've been filing reports, or at least keeping records. Besides, they're already entangled in a separate conflict with the necromancers.
Aiding the humans could strengthen our diplomatic ties with them.
Or, hear me out, we could offer our help to the necromancers and see what the guild knows. Templars are zealous and quick to label anything a heresy, but the guild is far more methodical. They might have insight into this fiery insect phenomenon, something the temple wouldn't.
If we assist the guild, the temple won't share any information with us afterwards.
And the same goes for siding with the temple. But imagine this. The necromancers owe us a favor. And let's not forget, their influence is growing rapidly.
So, if we look at our options, we could try to contact the elementalists of Murmur Woods, and beyond that, pursue information from either the temple or the necromancers, both of whom are currently busy tearing each other apart.
This calls for careful deliberation.
Okay, that's what I thought we were going to get. So we have a choice, it looks like, which way we would like to go. So main mission, into the woods. The insects seem to be connected to a strange, unquenchable fire. Perhaps the elementalists of Murmurwood can shed some light on the phenomenon. Silverwood, the nearest grove city, appears to be the most logical destination. Or we get a branching path. I feel like we take the non-branching one first, and then we can make a more informed decision. But we will have to make that decision next time. So, if you enjoyed this preview look at the Heroes of Might and Magic Old Era, don't forget to leave a like on the video. If you enjoyed the content here, maybe subscribe. I do all kinds of different content, mainly focusing around strategy type titles, but we do all different types of things. And if you want to support the channel, you can always leave a super thanks on a video or a VOD you enjoy. Join me live for a super chat. Check out the channel memberships, which do get you early access to videos that I'm working on. Or if you just want to leave a tip, maybe check out the Patreon that's linked in the channel info. All right, builders, I hope I will catch you in the next one. Babble out.